We have just passed a temporal landmark, a year into our journey through a global pandemic. So this is a natural time to pause and reflect, think about what has gotten us through this far, and what lies within us that can help us emerge from the other side. Creativity, the ability to imagine, to be curious, to generate something new and unique. This is our birthright. Creative thinking enables us to visualize a future state when we are in the midst of, immersed in, a present state that feels or may actually be intolerable. As a licensed creative arts therapist and global leadership educator, I've had the pleasure of doing the work that I love in more than 30 countries, and I'm not done yet. Several years after the war in former Yugoslavia, I had the pleasure of traveling to the beautiful country of Bosnia for several consecutive summers. I went there working with a team of creative arts therapists and psychologists to help educators work through post-war trauma in their classrooms with their children. All right, so in art this morning, you all chose a symbol to represent yourself, and then you drew it on paper. Then we wrote a 3-sentence story about the symbol, where the first sentence was a statement about the symbol. In the second sentence, something happens. And in the third sentence, something is changed. So now we're going to build on that activity, and we're going to act these stories out. I am a candle burning in a window. A great wind blows in and tries to extinguish my flame, but instead, I grow stronger, shining a light for everyone to see. We went on to collaborate with this group of educators to build a creative arts-based curriculum to heal trauma that was ultimately rolled out across the country. After Hurricanes Katrina and Rita devastated the city of New Orleans, a large group of educators and students were evacuated to Little Rock. So I traveled there once again with a group of creative arts therapists to design a curriculum that would help both the teachers and the students begin to process the loss and move toward healing. A few days before I started my work with the teachers, I chanced upon a public fountain that had been drained of its water. Underneath the layer of grit in the basin, there were all of these coins, mostly pennies, and some other objects that had been tossed into the fountain. In the center of the circle, there was a bowl that I had filled with the coins and one discarded ring. And I told them, every coin in this bowl was someone's wish. As we pass the bowl around, I invite you to touch the coins, hold them in your hand, find one that speaks to you. And when you find your coin, listen to it. What story does it tell you? So they all wrote stories, and we shared them in circles of 4. Then we chose one story to dramatize as a large group. And the one that was selected was actually the story about the discarded ring. Stories connect fantasy and reality. They're the gatekeepers between inner and outer worlds. And in working within a fictional frame, this gives us a degree of psychological safety. We can explore feelings and situations that might be too overwhelming to confront directly. Well, I'm afraid our trip together is coming to an end. But I hope that your journey with your own creativity is just beginning. So as we live our way into the coming months and years, remember, your creativity is a vital source of rejuvenation that is always with you. And tapping into your creativity will help you move through adversity, find answers to your questions and questions for your answers. So think of each day as a blank canvas. And know that you are creating when you are imagining, moving, singing, dancing, writing, gardening, cooking, connecting with people that you love. Creativity lies within you. So use it to discover and express who you are fully and deeply for all of the days that you are privileged to walk on this earth.